Claude AI runs my SEO 24/7. What if the SEO work you do every week is the exact reason your site is stuck? Not because you're lazy, because you're doing the work twice. You do the real thing, then you sit down and write about the real thing. What if the second part never had to happen again? There's a loop running on my sites right now that handles it while I sleep, and most people still haven't even seen it. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Zoe. I help people learn AI tools and actually use them inside real work, not just play with them for 5 minutes and forget them. Today, I'm walking you through the system I run where Claude sits inside my agent OS and turns the work I already do into pages that rank on Google. 5 stages, zero extra SEO tasks in my week. Stick around because stage 5 is the one that turns this from simple automation into an actual loop, and almost nobody sets that part up. Let me show you why the old way is broken first. Every week, you open a keyword tool. You filter by volume and difficulty. You guess which keywords you can rank for. You compete with everyone else using the same tool, looking at the same numbers, writing the same article. Then you write it from scratch, or you pay a team to write it. Then you wait 3 to 6 months to see if Google even picks it up. If it doesn't rank, you pivot. If it does rank, you've already moved on. And then you do it again, every week, forever. Meanwhile, the interesting work was already done. I was already testing models, building systems, running experiments. Then I'd go and write a second, worse version of that same work from memory as an article. So I wired a loop instead. 5 stages: work, document, ship, index, listen. And then it starts again on its own. Stage 1 is work. This is the bit you do anyway. You test a tool, you build a project, you run a client call, you set up a new workflow. Nothing new gets added to your day here. That's the whole point. Stage 2 is document. This is where Claude lives. Inside my agent OS, Claude captures what I did as I do it. Everything gets written into an Obsidian memory system, so my agents build up real context about me, my projects, my numbers, my results. It's not a blank AI guessing what I might have done. It's an agent that already knows what I built yesterday because it watched me build it. Stage 3 is ship. The documented work gets deployed straight to the site as a live page. I use Netlify, so my agents push the page and it goes live. If you're on WordPress, you can hand your agent an API token and login details, and it publishes there instead. No dashboard, no copy and paste, no hitting publish. Stage 4 is index. New pages sit in a queue waiting for Google to find them, and that wait is where a lot of content quietly dies. So new URLs get submitted through Indexceptional, which pushes them for crawling and tracks each URL's status individually. Most people see crawler activity on submitted URLs within hours instead of sitting and hoping for weeks. Stage 5 is listen. This is the one that closes the loop, and it's the one people skip. Google Search Console is connected by API, and it tells me exactly what my site is starting to show up for. Queries, impressions, clicks, average position. 16 months of history, updated daily, usually about a day or two behind. That's not a guess from a third-party tool. That's Google's own record of what real people type to reach my site. So tomorrow's content brief comes from yesterday's data, and then the loop runs again. Let me show you what that looks like on my own setup. Goldie Bench exists purely because of this loop. Every time I test an AI model or an agent build, that test gets documented and turned into a page with my own screenshots, my own scores, my own notes. The system also spins up comparison pages automatically, so when someone searches one model versus another, there's a page with actual side-by-side test data on it. I didn't plan that site. It came out of the loop because the data was already there. Here's the second one, and this is the part that made it click for me. I pulled Google Search Console for one of my sites and looked for keywords getting impressions but 0 clicks. One of them was a keyword about a desktop install guide. 123 impressions, 0 clicks. Google was already showing my site for it, and nobody was clicking because I didn't have a proper page for that exact thing. So I fed that keyword back into the system with the case study I'd already run, hit generate, and it wrote and deployed content across my sites in the background while I carried on talking. That's what the free one-to-one strategy session is for. It's not a course, it's not a group call, it's me and you looking at your site, your search console, your content gaps, and mapping out exactly where this loop plugs into what you're already doing. You'll leave with a plan for your site, not a general idea of somebody else's. It's at goldie.agency, and the link is in the comments and description. Right, back to the system. Google tells you what it already wants from you. You just have to listen. Now, let's deal with the objection you're probably thinking right now. Isn't this just AI content? Doesn't Google hate that? Let's be accurate, because this matters. Google's own documentation says the important question is why the content exists. If you use automation or AI to pump out pages for the main purpose of manipulating rankings, that breaks their spam policies. Full stop. But Google also says AI is not automatically bad. What their systems reward is helpful, reliable, people first content. And the framework they use to describe that is EEAT: experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. Experience got added to that list back in 2022, and it's the one that separates you from everyone else right now. Experience means you actually did the thing. That's the difference here. Generic AI fluff has no experience in it. It's a remix of pages that already exist. But when the source material is your own test, your own screenshots, your own result, the AI isn't inventing anything. It's structuring something real. That's information gain. You're putting something on the internet that wasn't there before, and nobody can copy it because they didn't do the work. That's your moat, not the AI, the data underneath it. The best thing about a loop is that it scales sideways with almost no extra effort. Once Agent OS knows how to pull Search Console data for one property, it can pull it for any property you own. Once it knows how to deploy to one site, it can deploy to 5. Every new site is just another set of keywords feeding the same brain. The work goes in once. It comes out across everything. Now, a few things people say to me about this. They say their niche is different. It isn't. The loop doesn't care what the work is. Swap, test a model for run a client call or review a tool or set up a new system. The work changes, the loop doesn't. Agency, software, coaching, service business, it all runs the same way. They say their site is brand new, so Search Console has nothing to pull. That's fine. For the first week or so, you just create content from the work you're doing. The data shows up once Google starts showing your pages, and then stage 5 kicks in. So here's what actually changes. You stop writing SEO content. You stop hitting publish. You stop waiting weeks to get indexed. You stop guessing what to write. You stop starting from zero every week. And you stop competing with AI fluff because you're the only person sitting on your data. Stop adding SEO to your week. Let your week document itself. If you want the full process for free, I've put together a complete SEO course with over 260 lessons. It walks you through everything from the basics to advanced AI SEO workflows completely free. Links in the comments and description. And if you want the system itself, not just the theory, that's what the AI Profit Boardroom is for. The full Agent OS zip file is in there, ready to install with a complete 30-day roadmap built around it, so you know exactly what to wire up on day 1, day 7, day 30. You get the walkthroughs for the memory system, the deployment setup, the Search Console keyword loop, and the prompts I use inside it. There are weekly coaching calls where you can share your screen and get your loop debugged live, daily updates, and a community of people building the exact thing you just watched. Links in the comments and description. And last thing, when you go and build this, you're going to hit a wall somewhere. Everyone does. Usually it's the keyword stage, staring at a Search Console export with no idea which rows matter. Or it's deciding which of your sites should carry the loop first. That's exactly what the one-to-one strategy session solves. We look at your site, your keywords, your work, and we build the plan around your situation so you skip the guessing and go straight to running the loop. Link in the comment and description below.